It's been a while.
We're back in action.
We're back. The Backyard, season 2.
Back to the Backyard, season 2.
Back to back backyards.
We didn't get canceled.
We did not get canceled, luckily. We didn't get
Season
canceled.
renewed.
Can you cancel a show if there's no producers or
Weren't we
funding?
supposed to do this intro in song, right?
We were. Go ahead.
Here we are.
Country roads.
It's a songwriter festival. That's what this
we're
episode
practicing.
is about.
Yeah.
Check, 1, 2.
We're back here at the spectacular Spiro Wigwam Mountain Resort for the first ever Forever West Songwriter Festival. For the first night of the festival, which is tonight, we have Nashville icons coming in to entertain the crowds. Won't be a huge crowd, it's a very intimate event. It's a little tough to get to up here.
Yeah.
But
but it's cool. A lot of the guests are staying in the cabin, staying all night, so it's a really cool, intimate sort of community experience.
Intimate experience, everybody gets to mix and mingle with these guys. These artists write songs for the likes of Chris Stapleton, Garth Brooks, Brad Paisley, anybody who's
Beyonce.
anybody. Beyonce, yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing. Is Beyonce coming?
She couldn't.
Couldn't make it.
Yeah.
We tried to get Kanye, but Kanye is busy on the other side of the mountain. Next year, we'll make that fusion, probably the next episode, to be honest with you. We're going to take a bit of a back seat in this episode of The Backyard and let the artists do the heavy lifting, because that's what you're here to see.
They have incredible stories.
Incredible stories.
They've been all over the music industry. It's insane.
They already have stories from their time in Wyoming. They missed their flights last night. They didn't get in until midnight.
Sean had to deal with that whole...
How to become a famous songwriter in less than 48 hours.
Is there going to change the plan?
Yeah, there's actually a web result for that. We're going to check it out after. We have 3 of our iconic Nashville songwriters currently stuck in the airport in Denver. They've missed their flight to no fault of their own, I assume. So it sounds like we'll have Cory Johnson and Frank Myers, who are here, and you and I are going to have to learn how to write a song pretty quick.
Kumbaya?
Row, row, row your boat. Gently up the river of...
Well, I should have seen it coming. A change was in the wind. You could see on the horizon the beginning of the bitter end. Oh, you could hear it in the distance, but I never paid it any mind. Now there's dark clouds all around me, and her heart is disinclined. I could hear the thunder, but I couldn't see the storm. Now the love I took for granted won't be here anymore. When lightning hits a cold wind, ain't no telling where it's bound. Now my heart's battered and torn from the gales of this storm, and lying scattered on the ground.
Who I am, I don't know. You know, I'm just an old country boy, playing music, doing what I love. I spent years in Nashville and came real close a few times, and my family was more important to me, so I went home, raised my family. But I love songs and I love songwriters. So what I do is try to promote them as much as I can. They're the ones that are the creative ones. They put the time in to create these hit songs.
Could you just can't reason so
The first time I met Frank Myers, I was coaching his son in football in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And I had just started getting in the music business at that time. And the songs that he has written just really are those good heart songs, you know.
I enjoy entertaining. I enjoy making people laugh or cry or whatever moves them at the time, you know. You get that feedback from the audience. It inspires you as an artist. You know, I'll look out there and there'll be people teared up, and So I can't look at them very long if I see them tearing up, because it'll cause me to choke up on stage, because I'm just a big old crybaby at heart when it comes to those kinds of things.
It's been such a blessing, this song. This band called All For One took it, and it was an 11-week #1 pop record for them. And then, you really hit the big time when the Minions sing it on Despicable Me 2. I would have never thought it was such a big song. It kind of swallowed the world there for a couple years, but so blessed to have it, and thank God for the blessings.
I'll build your dreams with these 2 hands. We'll hang some memories on the wall. And when there's silver in your hand, you won't have to ask if I still care. 'Cause as time turns with pain, my love won't age at all. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I swear, like a shadow that's by your side, I'll be there. For better or worse, till death do us part, I'll love you with every beat of my heart. And I swear, I swear.
Thank you.
Well, Frank did a love song. I'm gonna do one too. Can I have just a little bit more of this vocal? Being as this our last song, I'll finally ask for something.
Brice is a funny guy.
I mean,
He's always up there, ready to strike any moment, But he is a really great writer, great singer. He's going to blow everybody away. Kentucky boy, cowboy, just good salt, man.
Throw that saddle on and get on down to business. Spades in hand, riding for the brand, counting calves and mending fences.
Oh man, I love music. I grew up playing music ever since I was a kid. My dad's whole side of the family played music, not professionally, but just around the house and church. My grandmother played piano in church, and so I just started singing when I was a kid. And then when I graduated high school, a couple years later after that, I moved to Nashville and just kind of got in the middle of it, man. I love music, and I always have, and it's what I always wanted to do. So, that's kind of how I ended up being a songwriter and finding my way out here to Sheridan to this Songwriter Festival.
I wrote this song with one of the guys that's coming up here next, and I was listening to that tender love song Frank sang, and I thought, man, I'm gonna do a love song too. So this is for all you love birds out here. Love's in the air, there's no doubt about it. Anyway, this is an extra strength love song. So y'all hang on tight. Last glass of a border box, she finished that one off. She looked at me, I thought, maybe I'll be right back. Ran down to the grocery store, yeah, to pick her up one more. Noticed right there by the door, that firewood rack. I thought for a few more bucks, I could really improve my love. About to heat this cold night up. Get to making all kinds of love. I got this secret bottle and this fancy box of wine. Done with all kinds of trouble just to get home and find her passed out on the couch, buzzing like an old chainsaw. Man, this ain't good, 'cause I got wood.
take them anywhere. I'm telling you.
Is this a cool place up here or what? Dadgummit, man. I will be back up here, I promise you. If I have to pay double, I'll be back. Since we didn't have to pay this time, I figured I'm coming out even, right?
We could go on all night about Wynn. The cool thing about Wynn is what you see is what you get with him, you know. I mean, he's just Wynn, and he's always Wynn, and he's hilarious. And I mean, he could sit here all night tonight and just play funny songs that he's written because that's his mind, you know. But he is a great writer and writes stuff that make you think also, you know. He just gives it to you.
Got any Brad Paisley fans? Yeah. All right, we got about 6. That's good. Well, I wasn't a Brad Paisley fan till he started recording my songs. And my buddy said, I didn't think you liked Brad Paisley. I said, oh, hell, I've been following his career for years. You know? But he did this song. I got the idea for this song sitting in the truck waiting on my wife to get ready to go to church every Sunday. And I wrote it in my book, and I thought it was probably going to be a up-tempo, kind of light kind of thing. And one day I was driving in. It stayed in my book for about a year, and I was driving in, and I got word that this old guy I used to work with at this feed store was fixed to pass away, and I called him, and I said, Dan, what's going on? I said, what's going on with Shirley, you know? He said, oh, hell, they got them tubes stuck in me and all this stuff. And I said, well, where's she at? And he said, I told her to go home. And I don't know what it was. It was like the good Lord told me, he just gave me this story to put in this song. We wrote this thing, and Brad got Andy Griffith to be in the video, which made my whole year, because I love me some Andy Griffith. Sitting on a bench at West Town Mall, when he sat down in his overalls and asked me, you waiting on a woman? I nodded yes, and how about you? He said, son, since 1952 I have been waiting on a woman. When I picked her up for our first date, I told her I'd be there at 8, and she came down the stairs about 8:30. She said, I'm sorry that I took so long, didn't like a thing that I tried on. But let me tell you, son, she sure looked pretty. She'll take her time, 'cause I don't mind waiting on a woman.
I'm out of Nashville, Tennessee. I've been writing songs down there for going on 30 years and had a great big time doing it. Yeah, you can go on Spotify and stream a song. About 8 times out of 10, the artist didn't write the song anyway. And that's what we do every day in Nashville. Thank God there's a business that we can, you know, get down there and get in the trenches. At any given day, there's 300 or 400 guys in Nashville sitting down with a guitar trying to come up with the best song that day. When I first moved to town, and Brice first moved to town, and Anthony, there was 3,000 signed songwriters. And that's what Spotify and all that streaming stuff has done to the business. Now there's 10% of what there was then, being able to make a living writing songs. So I feel very fortunate to even still be in the business.
He said, I read somewhere statistics show the man's always the first to go. And that makes sense, 'cause I know she won't be ready. So when it finally comes my time and I get to the other side, I'll just find myself a bench if they've got any. And I hope she takes her time, 'cause I don't mind waiting on a woman. Honey, take your time, 'cause I don't mind waiting on a woman. Thank you.
You want to play anything in particular?
I'd love for you to play Big Praying Women. I love that dang song. This song will be a hit. Somebody will smarten up and cut this song.
I've never pitched it.
Well, there's your problem.
Me and Anthony spend a lot of time together, so we're constantly laughing and joking. And oh my gosh, he's a guitar slinger for starters. The guy is so talented. He's such a great writer. He writes different than the rest of us. He's really clever. He makes it simple because it's simple for him, you know. He writes these songs that make you think, but they're so simple, you're like, why am I having to think about this? He can entertain the best of them.
The thing about songwriting is that you're taking real life, and instead of putting it in a canvas, you're trying to paint a picture that people, when they hear it, it puts them in that scene, kind of like a book, kind of like a movie, to where they can actually be in the scene, they can actually see it, smell it, and you let the listener fill in the blanks. You just lead them there. And when you can accomplish that, where the listener can get those sensations, that means you've done your job. This is my childhood in a nutshell, but it's his fiction, okay?
Kinda.
Kind of fiction. There were 4 big women in an Olds 98, pulled in the drive. Mama sent me out to play. Toting their Bibles, they marched in the house. I peeked in the window to see what it was about. Then out the shout sent chills up my spine. I took off just to getting it for a good place to hide. With those beehive hairdos and long dresses on, they'd been praying for hours when Daddy got home. See, Daddy didn't believe much in that spiritual stuff. Didn't help much when he walked in drunk. Heard him holler at Mama, run off her friends. Didn't even know they'd been praying for him. So don't make fun, don't you judge, we have no end. Just might be something new that holy rolling. Sooner or later in this life you've been given, you're gonna need some of them big praying women. Well, I remember the summer when I turned 13, got hit by a car playing out in the street. Daddy took me in his arms, cried like a baby, rushed me to the doctor to see if he could save me. Doctor knew right away it wasn't much of a chance. He told my folks we'll do all that we can. Daddy stayed up all night by that hospital bed. Finally looked at Mama and he said, those ladies from church, won't you ask them to pray? Tell them I'm sorry for sending them away. But it was too late. They done on their way, smoking the tires on that old 98. When them 4 big angels walked through the door, they laid hands on me and cried out to the Lord, heal this boy in Jesus' name. There's a glow came over at Daddy's face. So he fell to his knees, began to pray too, and something powerful began to fill that room. Cause I woke up healed like something reached down and grabbed me. My life had been saved, and so would my daddy's. So don't make fun, don't you judge, we have no end. This might be something new that holy rolling. Sooner or later in this life you've been given, yeah, I'm gonna need some of them big praise women. Now, Daddy preaches on Sundays every now and then.
Once in a while I'll go and pop in. One of these days I hope I'm as good a man as him. Someone to marry me one day. Big praying women. Come on!
You don't like that, you damn communist. That boy can pick that guitar.
Night one of the Forever West Songwriter Festival. I don't know about you, but I think it was a smashing success.
I was blown away.
Blown away. We had 3 guys up on stage first as people came in at 6, and then the other 2 gentlemen took the stage afterwards. And you've seen it now. You guys have all seen it. It was an amazing, emotional, hilarious show.
Yeah.
I think it blew my expectations out of the water.
And how special to have all be in the lodge, you know, this really intimate setting, sitting right next to these guys, and then to be directly telling us these stories, really getting an into their creative process, you know, the soul of their music and their art, really.
And to not only hear songs, you know, everybody knew that they were going to come up and hear the story behind songs that we all know and love, you know. Cowboys Like Us is a good example. We've all heard that song. It's a George Strait hit. But to hear the man who wrote it, Anthony Smith, get up there and sing an unbelievably powerful version of it, well, that was remarkable.
My preferred version.
Mine
Honestly,
too.
Don't tell George.
Don't tell George Strait, please. His is great. If he
It
wants to come on the
rocked
show.
the house.
It was
man.
so good. It was amazing.
I mean, that place is over 100 years old. I was worried it was going to fall down.
That's probably the coolest concert that's ever been conducted in Spiro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. We had a sold-out show at Spiro, which was pretty cool. A couple people didn't make it up, but we sold all the available tickets, and we'll have to do it again, bigger and better.
Yeah.
Coolest thing about it, though, about this episode of The Backyard, is that we didn't have to do a whole lot of hosting.
Oh, it was great.
That's really cool. We just got to sit there and enjoy.
Yeah.
Now the guys are out fishing. We may never see them again. They're supposed to play tonight at the YO. We don't know how that's going to go because they're not going to make sound check. There's no way. It's going to be impossible. We're never going to get them off this mountain. They've already said that next year they all want to come back and they want to stay here up in the mountains. They want to go on a pack trip. They want to go hiking.
Come here for writing retreats.
Writing retreats, workshops, festival.
Yeah.
I mean, just expand the festival organically and driven by these guys. We just brought them up here, showed them the beauty of the Bighorn Mountains, and their social media this morning is blowing up because they're telling all their friends and all their audience that this is the coolest place to be.
And this is how it starts, you know. I mean, this thing was just thrown together. It turned out very well, you know. But I mean, Sean, you worked your butt off on this. I mean, it took and Cory. And it's just the start of something really beautiful.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be amazing. And we got to see Jeff.
We did.
We haven't
That
really
was nice.
told the audience that Jeff's no longer with us. I mean, he's not dead.
Well, Jesus.
He's not dead. He's not. He didn't die.
He's still with
he
us.
left. He works for himself, and he works
here
up
at
here at
Spiro.
Spiro, and does his own thing. Little Jeff flew the coop, but we got him back.
We're hanging out with him.
We're hanging out with him. Yeah, he's out there right now fishing. So we'll see you guys tonight at the YO Theater, night 2, Forever West Songwriter Festival, presented by our friends at ERA KL Realty. Cannot thank those guys enough. And that's a wrap.
I'm good. How are you? I lived in Nashville, and I said I'm taking a month off. And that was June of 2015 to come out to the mountains, and ended up saying I'm gonna stay for the summer. And then summer came. I was booked into November, and I said, well, I'll see what winter's like. So it's been really good to me out here. The people here are really great. Sheridan's a great town and perfect place to introduce this festival thing to. So that's the reason why we're here, and I think it's an amazing fit. You know, for me, what I want out of it is just to be able to keep it going. you build something that you can put your heart into, you know, so you want to see it grow and grow it so big that we're bringing people from all over the place in here. So.
Sitting here drinking beer all by myself. Since she's been gone, don't wanna be around anybody else. Usually I'm the life of the party, a crazy cut up good time Charlie. Oh, but that ain't true tonight. I'll leave this bar and get in my car and go straight home. Even though it kills me to be there alone. She used to be there waiting on me, worried, crying, ready to stone me. What I'd give tonight for just one more fight, and I'd let her win. I'd take her in my arms and swear to never break her heart again. Hey, this time I'd tell the truth, start making up for all those lies. I wish she was home tonight for one more fight. When she called me a no good, dirty soul and soul, I'd say, girl, you're right, but starting tonight won't be no more. Hey, when that old sun goes down, I wouldn't be out running round. I'd be there right by her side and give it all up tonight for just one more fight, and I'd let her win. I'd take her in my arms and swear to never break her heart again. Hey, this time I'd tell the truth, start making up for all those lies. I wish he was home tonight for one more fight. I wish she'd come home tonight for one more fight. One more fight.
Yeah. Woo!
Thank you.
So good.
Alright, well I got all geeked out last time and forgot to introduce myself. My name's Dugan. From around here, I play in a band called the Dugan Irby Band. We're sitting in the morning sun. My name is Dugan Irby. I play guitar and write songs. And with those guys that are kind of legends who have written for everybody, being on stage with people like that, it's very intimidating, but also really cool. It's just an inspiring thing, you know, it's getting to sit next to people like that and feeding off the same energy, you know, and being in the same room. It's just like, whoa, okay, that's what I want to do, and that's where I want to go. So, I mean, as much as I can do this, I would love to, you know? I think I'm quite a bit younger than everybody else up here. Whoa. No offense. No offense, of course. I've never played this solo, and I'm definitely not on a guitar.
You got it.
Maybe. I'm so used to being lied to. If not know what to do, only lost and confused. It scares me that I love you.
with somebody, 'cause for so long it's been just me. Was scared to love again, I was scared to lose again. I didn't mean to feel this way. Love isn't a choice you make.
For young people who want to get into the songwriting aspect, songwriting is not a formula necessarily. Everybody has a different approach in their writing. Some people, everything they write, it comes from life experiences, you know. And then there's other songwriters like myself. I do some of that, but most of my writing comes from imagination, and it's a deep thing.
I just chase an idea. I don't try to write, you know, a certain genre or anything, you know. I just write what I feel like I should be writing when I'm writing something. I wrote my first song when I was a sophomore in high school. It's just a couple years. I mean, I've only got like 8 songs total, so.
Dabble in the real life things, that way you can draw on the feelings you've had of loss, of love, of just laughter.
Never meant to feel this way. Oh, I love you.
Apply that, and then maybe something, use your imagination, and you'll get a lot of fulfillment if you do that. There's nothing really more fulfilling to the human spirit than creativity.
Yeah. So I've been asked before about my songwriting process and how songs show up. And I wish that I had the answer to that, but I think they show up as you put in the work, as you keep showing up, you know.
Somewhere between make-believe and turning 19, I learned fast to pocket every dream. Traded it for what I could get, a pay stub and a bedroom set. This old silhouette, but I have got a feeling, can't see the ceiling over my head. I'm ready, make my hands steady. I'm walking a wire high off the ground, call my name. I follow the sound, 'cause I'm ready.
Half of being a songwriter is just the positive self-talk. Someday it's gonna all come together. When I can't move, let some wild hope.
I think songwriter festivals are really important to the progression of a career being a singer-songwriter. I started attending festivals when I was a kid. I would go to like Kerrville Folk Festival, other festivals around the country with my parents.
I don't try, well then I'm a liar, 'cause I have.
And then when I became a singer-songwriter myself and started making records and touring, many like really big folk festivals have a singer-songwriter contest in which it's a great kind of way for singer-songwriters to have access to a bigger audience and get acknowledgement.
The ground, call my name. I follow the sound, because I'm ready.
Often the winner, the prize, or part of the prize is you get to perform on the main stage. And so that was a really big boost in my career, initially being able to win some of those and being able to have access to that bigger crowd and audience. And the great thing is once you play a main stage festival, you can put it on your promo kit and you can also then use it for booking purposes. So I've booked a lot of tours by being seen at a festival and then continued on to tour around the country by it.
Carry me, oh carry me when I hesitate, 'cause I have got a
There is a great Irish songwriter who I love. They have a lyric in a song that said, the song always feels different when the audience isn't there, when the listeners aren't there. And I think when you're a songwriter and a performer, you realize that half of songwriting is the, you know, acceptance of a song and how it can change somebody's life. And so that's exactly, I think, the goal of what we're doing here, putting a songwriter festival together. I love the fact that this year we were able to hold events at the YO and also up at Spiro, and we have, you know, the buildings to be able to access, you know, these spaces and invite a crowd to be a listening participant.
Ooh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you.
Wyoming has an incredible wealth of artists and musicians, but generally it's a bar scene or background music, and a singer-songwriter festival is really focusing on the song instead of just the party.
Yeah. I win when you win. When you sin, I grin. With the Lucifer. I miss back when we were young and didn't give her.
Live music is the life of music, period. That's where it all starts. That's why we all did it. We all saw somebody do it. You know, we all watched it go down. I mean, I still go see songwriters that I love play. I'm a fan of songwriters as much as being one, and having the opportunity to go watch, you know, my heroes and friends, to me, that's what it's all about. And I love seeing people do what they do, you know, live, because there's just nothing like it.
I feel wealthy when I make people smile. I feel healthy. Hear my words on your soul. I got a hand that is helping. Pick you up when you're down, upside down when you frown. I feel wealthy when I make people smile. I feel healthy. Take my word when you're down. I got a hand that is helping. Pick you up when you're down, upside down when you frown. Hey.
I've never played anywhere at these songwriter events that somebody didn't say, I'd rather see this than a big show. This is so much cooler. You see the way the song was born. I mean, we do it with a guitar, just like the way the song was created. You can hear the stories, how you come up with this idea or this idea. A lot of people, when you talk to them, they'll say, I don't know how you guys come up with all that stuff. Well, you come to these shows and you find out.
Had to see what I care about, had to care about you from afar. But you never left my heart. I still think about you, but it's so hard. I feel wealthy when I make people smile. I feel healthy. Hear my words on your soul. I got a hand that is.
When I first started my career, I remember somebody telling me once that whatever you put out to the audience is what you'll get back. And as a songwriter, you're giving more than just a vocal performance and just a show. You're giving them an insight to your mind, to what you create, the deepest parts of your soul. When you can share that with a group of people, sometimes it's magical.
You know, you get the opportunity to come to this place and play some songs and help start a festival. That's what dreams are made of, man. That's what you dream about when you're a kid in Kentucky, where I grew up. You know, someday being able to take what you do and take it out into the country and let people see it and they love it.
We'll take it. Thank you.
Is it weird to you at all that we're sitting here in this giant theater alone and we're sitting in two seats right next to each other in the second row?
How else would we sit?
I mean, we're not going to sit over there. It'd be strange. But
the scene of the crime.
Right here.
Scene of the festival.
What an amazing festival.
Incredible, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be the first to admit, it was hard to know what we were getting ourselves into.
Yeah.
Running a
We didn't
songwriter
know.
festival. We're not music
Yeah.
promoters.
No.
You know? But all things being equal, what an amazing, amazing event. Those
Incredible.
guys are incredibly talented artists. And I'm talking from the pros, the guys who've been doing it for 20 years that we had here on the weekend, and then the local musicians
Our people
are amazing.
I thought that was really nice to bring it full circle, to bring to our young singer-songwriters who were trying to do the same things, and how inspiring that must have been for them.
Yeah, and you had the whole gamut. You had someone like Sarah, who's had a lot of success, and who's really, really exceptionally talented and has a really honed songwriting acumen, to someone like Dugan, who's pretty new. What is Dugan? He's 19?
I think so, yeah, 19
crazy.
or 20.
And he ran out of songs, but then he just, he's getting
Yeah.
shout outs from the band
Yeah.
in the audience, and he just kept on riffing.
Pretty cool to witness. I mean, the differences in each person. I mean, there were not two things that sounded the same, so the takeaway is just like, whoa.
To mix it up and watch these guys perform with different artists throughout the 3 days really was kind of the essence of the festival.
I really like that we did them the two different ways,
Yeah.
I think that's how it should continue to go, is that there's this like really intimate, tiny desk, cool sort of up in the mountains concert where you really get, it's like storytelling around a campfire basically, and then put them on stage, and they're consummate performers, so you get to see both sides.
Yeah, what a way to start it. You're right. Up at Spiro, amazing experience. Had no idea how that was going to go. No clue. And luckily, we had folks step in and save our buns and come up with.
Yeah, Rick
all the right
Geisler
gear.
and his wife stepping in with sound.
They were amazing.
So many people, the Spiro people.
Yeah, it was great. Really great event up there. And then again, like you said, the YO here, this place was just spectacular.
Yeah,
this was great.
They rocked this place.
They really did. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to do it again. It was hard. We're a small operation, and we actually filmed an episode of The Backyard while promoting executing a concert.
Yeah.
Not just one concert, 4 shows. Thursday at Spiro, 2 on Friday, and then 1 on Saturday. Kind of a huge deal.
Yeah.
But, big shout out to our sponsor, our presenting sponsor, ERA Carroll Realty. They were amazing. Partners up at Spiro Wigwam. Best Western was amazing. They came through when some of the guys missed their flights by accident on Wednesday night, and things started off a little bumpy. The Best Western stepped up and helped us out. Blacktooth was a sponsor. They kicked in and helped us. Just overall pretty awesome, and not a bad way to kick off another round of The Backyard.
Oh, great way, man.
You know what was really
live
cool?
music in the mountains and then down on Main Street.
Coolest thing about this episode, we didn't have to act very much.
We didn't have to do a dang. Well, we had to do
We
a
had to do
lot.
a lot.
A lot. Excuse
a lot
me.
Of work, but
we
didn't have to be on camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a radio face anyway. I mean, one day when we get some big sponsors for this show, we'll hire somebody like Ryan Gosling or another.
There we go. Yeah, yeah.
One of my brethren, one of my people. But congrats, great job.
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll see you
Loved
next
it.
week.
On the next one.
On to the next one.
I was alone.